The transformation you're seeking isn't luck or wishful thinking, it's a daily commitment to a process that will push you to your limits and force you to evolve. Over the next 30 days, you will become unrecognizable. No shortcuts. No excuses. Only discipline, purpose, and a relentless series of actions designed to fortify your body and forge an unbreakable mind. Every single day will test you, from the moment your eyes open until they close at night. You'll face challenges that probe your willpower. But the Stoic doesn't fear difficulty, they embrace it. They understand that genuine transformation only occurs when you confront pain, exhaustion, and resistance with unwavering determination. This is your path to self-mastery and self-discovery. It will be brutal, uncomfortable, and there will be moments when you'll want to surrender. But if you stand firm, if you execute each of these actions, you'll meet a version of yourself you never knew existed, powerful, resilient, unstoppable. When fatigue tries to knock you down, act with intention, not inertia. This is your road to transformation, 30 days, 11 actions. Everything begins now. Are you ready to become unrecognizable? Action 1. Create and follow an intense daily training routine. There's no more direct path to self-control than daily physical exertion. Your first action is to establish and maintain an aggressive training routine. This isn't about casual movement, this is about challenging yourself every single day. Whether it's a pre-dawn run until your lungs burn, lifting weights that test your limits, or calisthenics that awaken dormant muscles, whatever you choose, do it with complete commitment. For the Stoic, comfort is a disguised enemy. Effort is a strict but fair teacher. The practice, make your daily commitment unshakable. If you train in the morning, wake before the sun and make every drop of sweat a tribute to your discipline. If you train midday, let each repetition be worthy. Feel the ache in your body, the tension in your muscles, the heaviness of your breath. Don't stop. This pain isn't punishment, it's a reminder that you're alive and in control. The Stoics taught that we are masters of our actions. Every push-up, every kilometer, every lift is an act of will that separates you from those who surrender to easy pleasure. There will be days when your mind begs you to rest, to quit. But you, who decided to become unrecognizable, will remember that every moment of weakness is an opportunity to become stronger. Your training schedule is sacred. Don't break it for mundane distractions. This routine becomes a promise to yourself that you'll never violate. You'll train not just to strengthen your body, but to temper your spirit. Sweat will be your daily medal. Exhaustion, evidence of effort. Action 2. Study a new skill or language every day. A strong body is the foundation, but an awakened mind is the pillar that supports true change. Your second action is simple in formulation but powerful in impact. Dedicate time daily to learning a new skill or language. Continuous knowledge is the wise person's weapon, and learning is the daily battle against ignorance and self-satisfaction. The Stoic doesn't fear the unknown, they confront it to master it. The practice, choose a domain of knowledge that challenges your limits and pulls you from your comfort zone. It could be learning a language you've never studied, developing a technical skill that interests you, or practicing an art that inspires you. The key is remaining consistent and repeating day after day. Your mind, like your body, must be trained. Allocate specific time each day for learning. Make it sacred, protected from external distractions. Whether it's a few minutes squeezed between tasks or an hour of complete concentration, consistency creates progress that may seem invisible at first but becomes unstoppable over time. You'll face fatigue, frustration from not understanding, and the temptation to quit when confronting difficult concepts. This is where the Stoic finds greatness. Learn to embrace the discomfort of not knowing. Every acquired skill is a brick building your better version. Don't fear mistakes, they're disguised lessons. Action 3. Wake up 2 hours earlier than usual. Your third action is revolutionary, wake up 2 hours earlier than normal. In these hours typically spent on sleep or comfort, you'll find unique space for growth and self-improvement. This act isn't merely symbolic, it's a declaration of intent. It's your way of telling the world and yourself that you're ready to do what others won't dare. The practice, the Stoic awakens with purpose. These 2 hours aren't meant for distractions or superficial activities. This is fertile ground you must cultivate with intention. Use this time to train your body, meditate and focus your mind, or study something that brings you closer to your goals. Every minute must have clear purpose. Waking before sunrise isn't just about gaining more time, it's demonstrating that you're the master of your life, not a slave to comfort. In the first days, your body will protest. You'll feel accumulated fatigue, morning coldness, or the desire to stay under the covers. But each time you overcome this, you become stronger. You remind yourself that control doesn't depend on circumstances, it depends on your will. Each dawn will be a triumph over laziness, an opportunity to advance while the rest of the world still sleeps. During these extra hours, you can dedicate yourself to intense training, deep study, or reflective meditation. This is your time, your sacred space, and you must defend it fiercely. Action 4. Apply the principle of rejecting procrastination, tackle hard tasks first. Your fourth action is an act of true courage, attack difficult tasks first. Procrastination is the silent enemy that steals your time, energy, and potential. In Stoicism, you cannot delay the inevitable, it must be met with determination. This practice involves handling what you fear or what causes the most discomfort at the very start of your day. It's worth it because by mastering the difficult, you make everything else manageable. Each morning upon waking, ask yourself, what task would I avoid if I could? That's precisely the task you must begin with. No excuses, no delays. Attack it with full concentration and energy. Do it with confidence that by overcoming this obstacle, you'll win a small victory that fortifies your character. The Stoic doesn't fear challenges, they seek them because they know that within resistance lies opportunity for growth. Confronting difficulties isn't a whim, it's a life strategy. When you postpone tasks, you allow anxiety and the weight of deferred matters to exhaust your productivity. Make a list of your daily tasks and place the hardest one first, the one requiring the most time or effort. Don't let your mind convince you to postpone it. Remember that time is a precious resource, and every moment you spend avoiding the inevitable is a moment you could have used to advance. Action 5. Do one kind act every day without expecting anything in return. Your fifth action is simple in essence but profound in impact. Perform one good deed daily without expecting anything in return. In Stoicism, virtue manifests in actions, not in the praise they might bring. True kindness doesn't seek applause, it's practiced because it's right. The practice, every day, find an opportunity to give without expecting anything back. This could be something simple, supportive words to someone who needs them, helping a stranger with heavy bags, listening to someone who feels lonely, or sharing your resources with those who need them. The magnitude of the act doesn't matter, what matters is the intention behind it. By showing kindness, you remind yourself that you possess the power to positively impact someone's life. Your small gesture could be a lifeline for someone struggling, a quiet reminder that they're not alone in this world. The Stoic knows that doing good isn't a sign of weakness but of strength. Daily acts of kindness are a challenge because they require looking beyond yourself and engaging with humanity from a state of humility and compassion. In a world full of selfishness and instant gratification, your acts of kindness will be like beacons illuminating the darkness. Don't seek rewards. Your kind act is sufficient in itself. This is daily proof that you can transcend your selfish desires and act toward a higher purpose. Action 6. Dedicate 30 minutes daily to reading about leadership, discipline, or personal development. Personal growth isn't accidental, it's the result of continuous, conscious effort. Your sixth action is to devote at least 30 minutes daily to reading about leadership, discipline, or personal development. The practice, the time you dedicate to reading should be sacred space in your day, free from distractions and noise. Read not for the sake of reading, but with intention. Choose texts that challenge your thinking, inspire action, and guide you toward becoming better. Reading, when used correctly, can be like conversing with the great sages of the past. You can learn from their experiences, absorb their lessons, and avoid their mistakes. However, this must be approached with humility and willingness to question your own understandings. Texts about leadership will teach you that being a true leader doesn't mean having power over others, but leading by example and empathy. Texts about discipline will remind you that true control begins within you, that mastering your impulses and emotions is key to overcoming any obstacle. Personal development will teach you never to be satisfied with what you've achieved, to be an eternal student, striving to be better than yesterday. The Stoic understands that knowledge without action is emptiness. It's not enough to just read, you must apply what you learn. Reflect on each lesson, find ways to embody it in life, and observe how it changes your existence. Action 7. Test your limits by leaving your comfort zone every day. True transformation doesn't happen in comfort, it happens at the edge of your capabilities. Your 7th action is to exit your comfort zone daily. The Stoics taught that growth comes from confronting what's uncomfortable and unfamiliar. The practice, this action involves daily self-testing, taking steps that cause discomfort, challenge you, and test your character. Every day presents opportunities to face something difficult or unpleasant. This could be a conversation with someone you've been avoiding, exposing yourself to a challenging situation you typically evade, completing a difficult task, or starting a project that tests your skills. What you choose isn't as important as your attitude toward it. Leaving your comfort zone is an act of courage, and courage is a fundamental Stoic virtue. For the Stoic, living without fear of the unknown is vital. If you avoid challenges and remain in the familiar, your mind stagnates and you miss opportunities to develop. By doing the uncomfortable and difficult, you strengthen yourself. You feel nervousness but keep moving. You face the risk of failure but decide to try. Each time you overcome fear or discomfort, you prove to yourself that you're stronger than your mind suggests. These don't have to be grandiose acts, they can be small steps bringing you closer to a bolder version of yourself. The key is consistency. Make it a habit. Every day, seek an action you normally avoid and do it with determination. Action 8. Practice digital fasting. In a world oversaturated with noise and distractions, the Stoic strives for clarity and purpose. Your 8th action is to practice digital fasting. This means consciously disconnecting from social media, constant notifications, and superficial information consumption. The practice, this isn't rejecting technology, it's an act of conscious control over it. You decide when and how to use your time. Don't let technology manage it for you. Digital fasting involves disconnecting from electronic devices for a set period each day. It could be an hour or several hours, what matters is that this time is free from external distractions and fully yours. During this period, focus on meaningful activities, reflect, write, meditate, or simply enjoy silence and disconnection. Your mind needs space for deep reflection, for meeting yourself away from the constant information stream. Most people become slaves to their devices, reacting to every notification as if it's a command. The Stoic, however, acts with intention. They don't give their time and attention to everything demanding a glance. By disconnecting, you give yourself the opportunity to hear your thoughts, understand what truly matters, and deeply commit to the present moment. Time without devices is also an opportunity to practice mindfulness. If you're with others, give them your full attention. If you're alone, observe your surroundings, your thoughts, your breathing. Action 9. Challenge yourself to 30 days without complaining. Complaining is easy, it's a natural reaction in moments of difficulty or disappointment. But every complaint is a missed opportunity to act, change the situation, or accept what cannot be changed. Your 9th action is to challenge yourself to live 30 days without complaining. The practice, during this time, you'll become a vigilant observer of your words and thoughts, training your mind to find solutions, calm, and perspective instead of complaints. Stoicism teaches that we can't control what happens around us, but we can control how we react to it. Complaining is an impulsive reaction, a way of surrendering power to circumstances. When you stop complaining, you take control of your attitude. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or tolerating injustice. It means that instead of complaining, you'll seek paths for action or accept the unchangeable with dignity. Throughout these 30 days, observe every moment when the desire to complain arises. Pause and ask yourself, can I change this situation? If yes, act. If no, accept it with peace. This constant practice will not only make you more resilient but will change how you interact with the world. Instead of being a victim of circumstances, you'll become their master. The absence of complaints will also improve your relationships with others. People will see in you someone capable of calmly handling difficulties. Action 10. Establish clear intention every morning. The beginning of each day is a blank canvas. Your 10th action is to establish clear intention every morning. You can't control everything happening around you, but you can decide how you'll meet this day. The practice, daily intention, is a compass helping you navigate chaos, a source of focus reminding you why you do what you do. The Stoic doesn't leave their day to chance, they shape it with intention. Upon waking, spend a few minutes reflecting on what you want to achieve. Ask yourself, what do I want to accomplish today that aligns with my values and goals? This could be a specific achievement, an act of discipline, a gesture of kindness, or simply maintaining calm in difficult moments. The intention doesn't have to be grandiose, but it must be meaningful to you. Write it down if necessary, so when facing obstacles, you can remind yourself why you're here. Clear intention allows you to move forward confidently. When you know what you want to achieve, you won't let the current of distractions or procrastination carry you away. At day's end, review: did you act according to your intention? Did you fulfill it through your actions? Don't criticize yourself if you didn't achieve it completely, but don't allow indifference either. Learn, adjust, and try again tomorrow. Action 11. Become a mentor to someone. You can only undertake this action if you've completed the first 10. Mentorship requires commitment to your own growth and the principles you teach. You cannot guide others down a path you haven't walked yourself. The practice: if you've completed the previous actions with discipline, purpose, and stoic fortitude, you're now ready to become a mentor to another person. The knowledge, discipline, and wisdom you've acquired shouldn't remain only within you, they must be passed on. The Stoic doesn't strive for greatness for themselves alone, they want to contribute to the good of those around them. Guiding someone means becoming an example of what you teach. Finding someone to mentor is often simple. It could be a friend, colleague, family member, or even someone needing guidance in an area where you've overcome obstacles. The key is sincere commitment. Become a mentor not to inflate your ego, but because you know collective growth is as important as personal growth. The mentorship process requires patience, empathy, and dedication. It's not about imposing your ideas, but about listening, understanding, and offering your experience when necessary. By becoming a mentor, you'll also test your own discipline and wisdom. You'll have to live according to the principles you teach. Every piece of advice, every word of support will remind you of your own commitments. Mentorship isn't just helping another person grow, it's a constant reminder that you're not alone and that your experience has value when shared. The transformation begins now. These 11 actions aren't suggestions, they're the blueprint for complete transformation. Over the next 30 days, you'll be tested in ways you cannot yet imagine. But if you commit fully, if you execute each action with discipline and purpose, you will emerge unrecognizable. The person you'll become won't just be stronger physically, they'll be mentally fortified, emotionally resilient, and spiritually grounded. You'll be someone who acts with intention, lives with purpose, and leads by example. The question isn't whether you're capable. The question is, are you willing? Your transformation starts now.